as much as I don't like Hamas, at the same time, I'm not naive to the point where I'm oblivious to the reality of the Jewish fanatics. Oh, yes, and there's plenty of Jewish fanatics, and their numbers are growing. So, yes, I'm not going to support Hamas, destroy Hamas. I don't give a shit about them. At the same time, I understand that there is another evil in Israel that's growing. And that evil is Jewish extremism, ultra-Jewish nationalism. It's not just, okay, we were attacked by terrorists, we have to fight the terrorists, let's bomb terrorist infrastructure. At that point, it's going to be kill all Arabs, push them out of their homes. That is what worries me. Ethnic cleansing just took place. Took place this month. Last month, this month. Over 100,000 Armenians pushed out of their homes. Armenians beheaded. Armenians executed. Horrific stuff. And this has just happened. Nobody cared. Why? Nobody cared. You know why nobody cared? Because, and here's a critique that I have for American society. There is in American society this mentality that places Jewish people as priorities over everybody else, or at least over most people in the world. And I'm not saying that we should not focus on the atrocity that happened to the Jewish people. I've been talking for almost an hour about this. But we should talk about all atrocities. We should focus on all crimes against humanity. We should focus on all atrocities, because if we ignore atrocities, if we ignore some atrocities, because we don't see the victims as important, and we put a priority over other atrocities, then that unto itself is a form of dehumanization that I just am not going to stand for. I have a friend who is Armenian American, and she loves Israel. She absolutely loves Israel. And she called up to talk about Israel. And the first thing that came to my mind was, why wasn't this woman calling when her own people were being ethnically cleansed? So for some reason, the Jew takes priority over everybody else. And this is the problem with this evangelical, Jerusalem-worshiping religion. They'll sit there and they'll revere the Jew. They'll say, well, Jewish people, Israel. And they sit there with their Chick-fil-A chicken. They love Chick-fil-A, these people. They eat Chick-fil-A. And I'm telling you, that Chick-fil-A stuff, that shit is bad for your soul. That chicken, there's something in that chicken. It's like that movie Undercover Brother, where the guy was running for president and he wanted black people to vote for them, so he gave them free fried chicken. It's a comedy movie. It's called Undercover Brother. Very funny movie. There's something in that chicken, and it doesn't play with black people's minds. It plays with white people's minds. They eat that chicken and they become crazy evangelicals. It does something. That chicken, it's like the blood in the movie The Temple of Doom, when they forced Indiana Jones to drink the blood of Kali, and they had him possessed by Kali, and he was on that altar, and he's like, ah! Remember that? And he's like, Kali is our mother. We are her children. Remember that? That's what Chick-fil-A is, man. It does something to your brain. Every time I see people eating Chick-fil-A, they come out zombies. They're like, we must, Israel, Israel, Israel. We love gay Republicans. Gay Republicans are great. Gay conservatives are great. Israel, Israel. And they become these like American Breitbart Glenn Beck zombies. And I've seen this myself. I've seen this. There's a whole subculture around Chick-fil-A. I don't eat Chick-fil-A. I think that shit is, for one thing, that chicken ain't that good. They serve the chicken. They serve the chicken like sponge, like really good fried chicken. Okay, the breading needs to be crispy. The meat needs to be kind of, when you split the meat needs to shred nicely. And I want that crispy texture. If it don't crunch, then I don't want it. It has to crunch. The chicken at Chick-fil-A is like a sponge, so it doesn't make a crunchy noise. It's a spongy texture. It's like eating tofu. I mean, it's not good. All right, it's just not good. So plus they don't give you a lot of food, so it's overpriced. They don't give you a lot of food. You have to go to the register to get a free refill. It's very overhyped, and it's disappointing. Okay, I don't like Chick-fil-A. Don't like it. Don't like Chick-fil-A. It's hyped up. It is just garbage, okay? And the culture around Chick-fil-A is some toxic ass culty shit. It's like they eat the chicken, they're like, I ain't the chicken, and they can't think for themselves. Like it's crazy. So anyway, you have these people in America that are like, did you hear what happened in Israel? 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 I'm like, okay, let me get this straight. If you go to my YouTube channel, you will see videos about Armenians suffering. You will see stuff about people in South Sudan suffering. You will see material about Central Asia. You will see material about, I'm trying to think, what else? Mexico, people suffering in Mexico. What else is there? Ukraine, Donbass. What else is there? I've talked about Japan, the whole thing about Nanking. I've talked about a lot of subjects, right? I try to cover as much ground as I possibly can, as much as one human being can. All right, I'm not sitting here like I'm focusing on Israel, but you have these Chick-fil-A eaters, these Chick-fil-A'ers that are like, did you see what's happening in Israel? Did you see what's happening in Israel? And I'm thinking, why weren't you contacting me when Armenians were being ethnically cleansed? What? Oh, because the Jew takes precedent. Jewish people take precedent. They take a priority over other people. So the thing with this evangelical Chick-fil-A religion is that it's almost like, I don't want to say it's blatantly racist, because I don't think that the subscribers to this ideology are racist, but there is this implied, it's this like, how do I say it? Indirect, unintentional racism, okay? You know what I'm saying? It's like indirect, unintentional, inadvertent racism. Oh, I don't give a shit about those Armenians. I don't give a damn about those Sudanese people. But the moment something bad happens in Israel, it's oh my God. And people will say, well, Israel's very geopolitically important. And that's true. It is very geopolitically important, and we should definitely talk about that. But South Caucasus is also geopolitically very important. I mean, the South Caucasus is right there. It borders with Russia. South Caucasus borders right with the Black Sea. Right across the Black Sea, you have Central Asia. I mean, it's pretty geopolitically important, right? If you want to be secular about it.